So me and my husband, we had separated and we got back together. I wanted him to get rid of his locks. He been wanting me to have locks for years. So I went ahead and locked my hair even though I never wanted to lock it. Now our shit is over. Bitch, I comb every one of these motherfucking locks out.
It's over for you thoughts. It's over. It ain't that time. It's over for y'all. The other thoughts made it bad for you.
My nigga.
Man, look, bro. This is why I say treat a bird like a bird. This dude sure knows how to treat a bird like a bird because, look, a bird always makes a way back to the streets eventually, bro. That's why I be trying to tell y'all dudes, man, y'all ain't gotta wife these birds up just to smash these birds. No, I guess this dude is probably a poppin' up-and-coming artist from New York. So of course, shorty wanna be with the poppin' nigga. That's a bird for you. Whoever's hot, a bird gonna find her way to that nigga. The problem with most of y'all dudes, y'all will get with a bird like this and cuff her. For what? And think about you as her ex-boyfriend watching this shit. Like, damn, son, I put in all out work to fuck this bitch. And look what this nigga is doing. He just met this bitch.
Always remember, one man's 2-year relationship is another man's one-night stand. Play it safe, fellas.
And that's because this man knows how to treat a bird like a bird, man. But fellas, keep this in mind. Don't you ever forget, a bird always makes a way back to the streets, bro. It never fails. Facts.
I want to be single forever. Do you think that's realistic or fair assessment of oneself?
I think that that's, for most people, a pathway to insanity.
Yeah.
You know, the psychoanalysts used to think that, and we all think this way in some ways, that you're sane because you're well put together. Your psyche is well structured, right? It's internal, somehow inside your head. But, and there's some truth in that, but here's a more accurate viewpoint, I think. You outsource most of your sanity because it's too complicated. And so what you do is your parents raise you to be vaguely acceptable to other people. And then you're surrounded by other people your whole life. And then every time you go off the rails a little bit, even just a little bit, people signal to you. Like you make a joke, it's not that funny, and people don't laugh. And you think, rethink my sense of humor a little bit or pay more attention. Or you tell a rambling story and you notice that everyone's like lost in the distance. Right. So if you're civilized enough so that people don't shun you and you have people around you, then they're going to be always telling you how to not be too insane. Well, if you're alone, you drift. Right. You drift, right. You know, and you'll drift in the direction of your biggest weakness.
The woman that I married at 23 is not the same woman at 33, and not the same woman at 43, and not the same woman at 53. Who you marry at 30 is not the same person that you're going to be with when they're 60. And my concern is that people marry an image more than they do a real person. Meaning that when we first got together, I married an image, your shape, your size, the needs that you met from me as a young man back then, not really taking in consideration the woman that you would become, how your figure would change, how you would change emotionally, spiritually, and also physically. And so the question is, can you handle me changing? Because it's just like Uncle Greg said, she's going to gain weight. That's not a profile over everybody. That's just saying she's going to change. Can your love go beyond the change that we both will endure?
Meet the person in real life. You know, don't stop, you know, DMing or messaging them, you know, week after week after week, because you have to meet the person in real life before you really know.
And you have to meet them, I would imagine, more than one time before their act gets tired.
Absolutely.
Like, because people put on an act.
Well, yeah, not only that, many of the qualities that are critical for long-term mating success, you can't assess in one snapshot. Right. You know, like that. So things like emotional stability. How does this person handle stress? You know, are they moody or are they resilient? Many of these things require exposure over a long period of time and usually in different situations.
1 hour. That's how long Ryan Garcia waited after announcing the birth of his child to announce that he is getting a divorce from the mother of the child. Ryan Garcia is one of the most famous boxers in the world right now. Thanks to his social media presence, Ryan Garcia was a part of one of the biggest fights in boxing last year against Gervonta Davis. Yesterday, he had another child. As you can see here, he is quite proud and posted on Instagram, which is amazing. 1 hour later, I am not kidding, 1 hour later, he released a statement on how him and Drea, his wife, are getting divorced. Now, life is short, and you have to make decisions quick. But there's a time and a place. And we as a country, as a world, may disagree on a lot of things. But I think we can all agree, actually 100% agree outside of Ryan Garcia, announcing your divorce just an hour after announcing that you had a child with that woman is no bueno, no good. Haram. We couldn't wait until next week, next month. I guess there's a value of ripping the Band-Aid off right away, but the baby isn't even out of the hospital yet. When I got told about this story, I didn't believe it. I thought there was something I was missing. Unbelievable. Ryan Garcia is certainly going to find himself. All that being said, City Boys are up tremendous early in 2024. This is a touchdown and a pick six on the first two drives of the game. Yup.
Now, there's a lot of speculation on why this happened and why the announcement was made so soon after the birth of their baby. Now, some are speculating that there's infidelity involved and that the baby is not Ryan Garcia's. Now, others are saying that he had this plan this whole time, but for him to make that announcement so soon is just wild. Some people are just trolling the guy. I mean, look at this. Seems like a nice guy. Herbal Sports is saying he got different priorities. But yeah, this whole situation is really insane.
Now, this might seem a bit extreme, but fellas, when it comes to your peace of mind, that comes first. So as a man, never be afraid to walk away and always go with how you feel. Now, whatever reason a man chooses to divorce his wife 1 hour after she gave birth to his child, trust me, it gotta be a good reason. Now, there are rumors out there saying that the baby might not be his. That's kind of crazy. I mean, if that rumor is true, that would make sense why he divorced her like 1 hour after the baby. But nevertheless, man, fellas, know when to walk away. Know when to walk away, man. Always choose happiness. Always choose your peace of mind. If it don't feel right, walk away. And there's no perfect time to walk away. You always got to go with how you feel. And based on how he felt, he went out like a man. He didn't go out like a sucker and stayed in the relationship knowing that he's not happy. Salute to him, and I will be giving you guys an update on this story once I hear the full details. All right?
Unless you looked at me from across the sidelines, which I know you were, so.
Wow. You're dating Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
What is the policy on cheerleaders dating players?
It is unacceptable. No fraternizing. I think it's changed now, actually. But when I was on the team, that's
So how did this come about? Little illegal action here.
We met after.
Met after, coincidentally. You're like, hey, didn't you used to cheerlead on the sidelines?
We knew who each other were.
Of course.
I remember the first time kind of really locking eyes with him at this Goodwill charity event, which actually so weird. They say, timing is everything. It was like 3 weeks after my 4-year-long boyfriend and I had broken up.
So you're saying the first time you locked eyes with him
was
not
November
at a
of
game,
2013.
but it was... She's very specific.
Yeah, I remember
Not
the
at a
charity
game,
event.
but at an event.
Correct. That's not I don't even know how we would lock eyes at a game unless he looked at me from across the sidelines, which I know you were, so.
Wow, she's calling you out, Rob. And then what happened? Did you approach?
No, we just that was the first time. It was weird because I always knew who he was, but I
Of course.
had never had much interest or wasn't like, oh my God, he's going to be my next man. It was like the first time that someone made me look twice because I was kind of in that state of I don't know if I'll ever date again. I really want this to get better.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch. Y'all already know, man. STC, support the content. If you guys haven't yet, go ahead and follow me right now on Facebook. I'm going to be posting content every day on Facebook starting from today. Follow your boy right now, AyeQ Reactions.